What up? This is Swayze, and there's been a lot going on within Gotham, and it seems like the city just does not sleep. I took about a day or two off from covering the news, and it just keeps overlapping. It's so much news to get to. It makes no goddamn sense how much bad news I have to cover right now. Everyone who hates good news, you're winning this week. You guys are winning this week. You're up on the scoreboard. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because this Christmas week has been crazy, to say the least. Now, the first thing I want to touch on is a double shooting, which occurred at a nightclub in Brooklyn, leaving one man dead. The reports read, the homicide happened about 1:15 a.m. on December 21st inside Milk River Lounge at 960 Atlantic Avenue in Prospect Heights. When officers arrived on the scene, they found a 32-year-old man shot in the chest. Paramedics rushed him to New York Presbyterian Brooklyn Methodist Hospital, where he was unfortunately pronounced dead. Later, the NYPD learned that the second shooting victim, a 37-year-old man, was hit once in the buttocks. He was also rushed to the hospital where he is fortunately listed in stable condition. Now, at this point of the investigation, the police have not yet established a motive for the murder. However, they are looking for a black man in a red jacket. Now, when it comes to Milk River Lounge, it's a very popular spot. I've been there before. I've had friends and family members throw parties at Milk River. However, I think that it's crazy that they are making it hot at Milk River now. Like, come on, bro. Y'all niggas ain't even supposed to be partying in the first place, and now y'all shooting each other. You can't be doing this. They gonna shut down Milk River, bro. They gonna shut it down like how they shut Woodlawn down. Is Woodlawn still shut down? They shut Woodlawn down, and they gonna shut Milk River down, and then where we gonna go? Then where we're gonna go? Well, it looks like not too long after that, a home invasion at a Queens housing complex ended in a deadly shooting, according to police. The detectives say the incident happened around 12:44 p.m. on December 21st inside of Baisley Houses Projects in Queens. And according to the reports, a 22-year-old man was approached from behind by two individuals as he was about to head into his apartment. One of the suspects put a gun to the man's head and forced their way inside of the residence. There, the police say, the 22-year-old man called out for help, and a 27-year-old man then confronted the two suspects, leading to a physical altercation. The fight turned violent when someone pulled out a gun and fired a shot. Now, it's not clear who pulled the trigger. However, the 22 and 27-year-old victims were also stabbed in the hands with knives during the brutal attack. Moments later, after everything is done, of course, now the cops arrive, where they are met by a 22 and a 27-year-old victim who were suffering life-threatening injuries. And they also walked in and found a 26-year-old with a gunshot wound to his torso. The paramedics rushed both men to Jamaica Hospital, where the 26-year-old was unfortunately pronounced dead due to his injuries. The other man who was stabbed was treated for his injuries, and he is in stable condition. I'm telling y'all, it's dangerous out here. Niggas is pulling kick doors, home invasions, everything that you can think of is going down in Gotham City. And just when you thought the news was gonna slow down in any type of way, shape, or form, you're wrong. You're wrong. Because it looks like two men were shot during another violent home invasion, which this time took place in East Village. Now the reports read, 2 brothers were shot and wounded during an apparent home invasion at a public housing complex Tuesday night. At approximately 9:50 p.m., police responded to an emergency call after a group of men knocked on an apartment door and began shooting at a family of brothers inside of a New York City Housing Authority's Lillian Ward projects. Now, 3 men were injured during the attack, and the twins, who are 29 years old, sustained gunshot wounds. 1 man was shot in the hip, while the second sustained a bullet injury to his pelvis. The youngest brother, a 26-year-old man, was struck across the head with an unknown object, and everything was just bad. Like really bad. All 3 individuals were rushed to Bellevue Hospital, and the victims are fortunately in stable condition. Bro, what's really going on right now when it comes to home invasions? People, watch your back. Keep your head on a swivel. They out here playing with the next stimulus checks, and niggas is hungry. Niggas' ribs is touching. Niggas' stomachs is hurting. They're going through hunger pains. It's growling. And you will possibly get boomed in the hip or in the pelvis area. Now, also in Manhattan, it looks like a Bronx man was gunned down on December 22nd, just after 5:45 p.m. outside of an apartment building at 2252 Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard in Harlem. Now, once the officers arrived on the scene, they found a 44-year-old man with a gunshot wound to his head. He was unconscious and unresponsive, and the responding paramedics unfortunately pronounced him dead at the scene. And nearly 4 hours later, a 24-year-old man took a fatal bullet to his head inside of a liquor store at 60 East 111th Street in East Harlem on Tuesday night around 9:37 p.m. Now, I'm going to let you guys listen to this clip, and I'll be back with my commentary.
The NYPD is investigating a deadly shooting inside a liquor store in East Harlem. It happened around 9:30 last night on East 111th Street near Madison Avenue. Police say before the shooting, 3 men were inside the store when another group of 2 or 3 men came inside. We're told an argument started. 1 person was punched and shots were fired. 24-year-old Daryl McAllister died. Police are still searching for suspects.
Now, as you just heard, the 24-year-old was rushed to Harlem Hospital, where he was unfortunately pronounced dead. And all I can say is, honestly, the streets are on fire. Now, another situation took place, and I wasn't sure if I should report on this or not. But then again, I said to myself, this just shows you the insane things that take place within Gotham City. Now let's watch this clip together as a unit.
I didn't hurt anybody. I think I have panic attacks.
And a surprise exit on a moving plane. The passenger who deployed an emergency slide is out of jail and defending his actions. Good evening, I'm Alice Gaynor.
And I'm Dick Brennan. Maurice and Christine are off. The Delta flight was taxiing at LaGuardia Airport when police say the man opened one of the plane's emergency doors.
Tonight, he and his fiancée are facing charges and a hefty bill for damage to the plane. CBS 2's Tony Aiello reports.
I just want to see my fiance.
31-year-old Antonio Murdock leaving Queens criminal court after appearing before a judge charged with felony criminal mischief for deploying the emergency exit slide from what's known as the R1 door as his Delta flight to Atlanta taxied at LaGuardia before takeoff Monday morning.
We're at 12 Alpha, and we had a passenger exit the airplane using
Why would he do that?
the slide, so we're surrounded by all emergency equipment.
I panic. I have panic attacks. That's it. I didn't hurt anybody.
Investigators say Murdock told the flight attendant he had PTSD after serving 10 years for bank robbery in federal prison. He's had multiple additional encounters with the law. 105 passengers on the plane watched in confusion as Murdock stormed to the emergency exit and deployed the slide. Port Authority police quickly grabbed Murdock and 23-year-old Brianna Greco moments after they slid down to the runway, accompanied by their service dog, a 60-pound greyhound named Rain. This training video shows the process of opening an emergency exit door on an Airbus A321 and the deployment of the inflatable slide. In court, the Queens DA's office revealed an eye-popping tab for damage to the plane.
I didn't commit a crime. I have mental health issues.
So they said the damage to the plane totals $173,000.
I have no idea about that, sir.
Murdock was released on supervision, meaning he'll have to check in with the court regularly.
The unauthorized slide deployment triggered a massive Port Authority police and fire response and delayed hundreds of travelers. Murdock's fiancée was hit with misdemeanor trespass charges for sliding down to the restricted runway. Their dog was taken to a shelter in Brooklyn. At Queens Criminal Court, Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.
Now, you might be surprised to learn an emergency door could be open when the plane is taxiing. An expert told us the doors are generally operable whenever the cabin is not pressurized for flight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. Yo, what's really good with this dude, bro? He's a little crazy. Allegedly. Who knows? That nigga heard over $100,000. Says, sir, I don't know anything about that, sir. I'm crazy, sir. I was in the same mental asylum with Matty G, sir. You should not take anything that I do or say serious, sir. This was blown out of proportion, sir. I did not hurt anyone, sir. I'm mentally ill, sir. Me and my fiance just wanted to go down the slide, sir. Please, sir. Wouldn't you be so mad if that nigga was on your flight? You like, bruh. Like, imagine a chick about to get flued out, right? And the whole flight is now delayed because this jackass decided he wanted to see how the slide works on a plane. Imagine that chick having to explain to the nigga what just happened. He might think she fronting. He be like, yo, what happened? What happened? Where you at? What's going on? How you calling me? That means you not in the air if you able to call me, man. What's good? Yeah, something crazy happened. Some guy just opened up the door with the slide and let it out, and him and his girl slid down the slide with a service dog. It was crazy. That nigga probably was like, you know what? I'm good, love. Enjoy. Hung it up on her. Like, baby, why you playing with me? Some nigga opened up the slide door and slide down the door and this, that, and the third, and that's the whole reason why. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. You playing games. You ain't trying to get flued out. I'm not playing games with you. Click. And the sad thing is, she was telling the truth the whole time. She was telling the truth. Some crazy guy slid down the slide. It was crazy. Shout out to the females that was supposed to get flued out on that flight and had to explain to the nigga what happened. Show them this clip to let them know that you was not lying, mommy. You was not lying, baby girl. Now, back to some sad news. It looks like 5 people were left dead when a speeding car slammed into another vehicle at a red light. Now, I'm going to let you listen to this clip, and I'll be back.
A tragedy for several families in Yonkers just days before Christmas. A speeding driver plowed into a car full of teenagers, killing everyone inside. CBS 2's Jenna DeAngelis is live in Yonkers with new information on the police pursuit. Jenna?
Cindy, police say the driver was driving in an erratic manner, so they attempted to stop him, but he sped down Riverdale Avenue here, crashing with another car at this intersection with Culver Street. We're told everyone involved, the 4 teenagers in one car and the driver of the other, sadly didn't make it.
Damn.
Watch the top left corner of your screen in the surveillance video. A car speeding down the street crashes right into another. The result, a car torn in half, pieces scattered on the street, and 5 people dead. The crash happened Tuesday night before 9:30. This neighbor heard the loud bang.
Didn't know what it was. So I go outside, look through the window because I live nearby, and I saw a guy running. Oh my God, oh my God.
Yonkers police say officers witnessed a white Infiniti being operated in an erratic manner in the area of South Broadway and Prospect Street. It also allegedly had equipment violations. They attempted to stop the car, which appeared to pull over, and then accelerated on Riverdale Avenue. Police followed. The driver was, quote, driving at beyond reckless speeds and slammed into a Nissan turning right on the road. The crash split the Nissan in half, killing 4 18-year-old men inside. The driver of the Infiniti car died at the hospital.
I saw a lot of people, police, everything. I couldn't believe it.
The driver of the Infiniti has been identified as 36-year-old Devin Haywood. The 4 teenagers, Randy Brisbane, Tamari Watkins, Anthony Cruz, and Brandon Sierra. We spoke to his cousin.
He was a great person. He always saw the light in every situation, and everybody in my family, we all just spoke to him yesterday, the day of, and some of us even spoke to him an hour or two before this happened, and it's crazy to know that he's gone now, and we still can't even accept that fact, really.
He said his cousin and his friends just graduated high school a few months ago and were enjoying a night together. 5 families are mourning this afternoon. Meanwhile, police continue the investigation. We're live in Yonkers. Jenna DeAngelis, CBS 2 News.
Jenna, thank you.
Yeah, that's a crazy situation. It's very unfortunate. There's nothing you can do when it comes to that. The driver who was fleeing from the police is dead. The 4 kids who had nothing to do with anything, them niggas literally was just chilling, about to go out, about to do whatever, lost their lives also. And I'm sure everybody's family is just in total shock at this point, right before Christmas. A very unfortunate situation. However, it doesn't end there, because it looks like on Christmas Eve, a 16-year-old boy was shot in front of a Bronx bodega on Wednesday afternoon. The cops say the 16-year-old took a bullet to his neck in front of the King Deli and Grocery at 1097 Boston Road in the Bronx around 12:02 p.m. on December the 23rd. The paramedics rushed the 16-year-old boy to Lincoln Hospital, where he was unfortunately pronounced dead. Now I'm gonna let you guys check out this news clip and I'll be back.
A 16-year-old boy shot and killed outside a deli in the Bronx, and it happened right in the middle of the day at noon. CBS 2's Corey James has new video police are using to try to catch the killer.
It looked like a friendly tap, but it was seconds before Bronx murder. Here in surveillance video, you see a 16-year-old walking in front of the man who just touched his shoulder. That man moments later reaching inside his jacket, pulling out a gun, and shooting the teen standing in front of Wall Sultan's Deli. The bodega manager is still catching his breath hours after that shooting.
I can't even explain to you how I feel. I feel so bad for him.
NYPD investigators tell us the teen was shot once in the neck before staggering inside the deli on the corner of Boston Road and East 166th Street.
Saw like a woman run that way.
Luis Hernandez works at the supermarket next door and showed us video of that woman and a man, both bystanders, taking off after hearing the shooter pull the trigger. A loud, frightening sound that Hernandez says sent him racing outside his store, only to find the young victim on the ground.
But I saw him, he was on the floor, man, just bleeding out, I guess. And I was scared of my life, you know, I was shocked.
Police say the teenager gunned down was taken to Lincoln Hospital and died. A tragic death that some believe is common in the city, where the number of shooting victims went from nearly 900 last year to more than 1,800 so far this year.
One of my clients, her son got shot in the neck. This happened only 2 months ago.
We need the cops always around here. What? We need the cops to be around here always, like 24/7, because the area is very dangerous.
And police say the suspect took off on foot wearing a black jacket that was over a hoodie. They're hoping surveillance cameras will help identify that person. As of now, a motive for the shooting is not known. In the Morrisania section of the Bronx, Corey James, CBS 2 News.
What's really going on in the Bronx? Didn't we just speak about the Bronx a few days ago? Didn't they just shoot a kid, another teenager, and stabbed another teenager in the Bronx? What's really good with y'all niggas out there? They bogged out. Did you peep the video? Like peep the video. Look at this. He walked up to him, tapped him like, yo, yeah, what's up? The guy couldn't have been his op or anything like that, because the way the other nigga reacted to him, he reacted to that tap like it was nothing. He was just like, ah, yeah, what's up? Next thing you know, nigga pull out the boomer and boomed them right there in front of the store, broad day. This is crazy. Either the 16-year-old kid didn't really understand what was going on, Either he was set up and they rocked him to sleep, or either they just caught him lacking and he did not know what to do at that time. Whatever it is, a 16-year-old boy lost his life. And honestly, we will never know what the reason was. When it comes to Gotham City, it just is what it is at this point. And when it comes to this city, it looks like not only does the civilians have to worry about getting involved in some staticky business that has nothing to do with them, but the cops, the NYPD, ain't even safe. Let's check this clip out.
Breaking news, an NYPD police officer spending his Christmas Eve in the hospital after being shot in Brooklyn tonight. Good evening, I'm Dave Carlin. Maurice and Christine are off tonight. We want to get right to that breaking story. You are looking at live pictures of Kings County Hospital, where we know that NYPD officer was taken after being shot in the back. That officer was on duty in the Crown Heights neighborhood, and that's where we find CBS 2's Corey James. He is there with the very latest.
Shout out Corey James.
And Dave, this Christmas Eve shooting happened just after 9 o'clock tonight, so it is still a very active and fluid scene, but it took place right on the other side of this crime scene tape near Bergen Street and Ralph Avenue, not too far from where we're standing right now. According to a police source, the uniformed officer from the 77th precinct was shot after responding to a domestic violence call in this area. At some point, the suspect opened fire while a number of people were told were standing outside. We spoke with one witness who did not want their face or name shown, but they described to us what they heard and saw outside their home.
What? The cops were shooting quite a bit at the person, but they were missing, basically.
And describe how many shots you ended up hearing.
Probably a good 4 or 5 that I seen, like, physically, I guess.
And did you see the suspect taking
off?
Yeah, he was taking off.
And again, as you just heard, that witness says the suspect was taking off. Someone who, we're told rather, was later caught by police and is currently in custody. Now, the officer who was shot was taken to Kings County Hospital. We're told he was hit in the back and is reportedly in stable condition. Right now, though, it is unclear if the bullet penetrated his vest. We also do not know who the suspect is and if they were linked to that domestic violence call that the officer who was shot was responding to. But back here live, you can see it is still very much so an active scene as the rain is coming down. Police are still collecting evidence, just trying to piece together as much information as possible about this officer-involved shooting. We also do know, and just learned moments ago, that the suspect's weapon was recovered according to police, but certainly an unsettling experience for many people in this area as this happened on Christmas Eve. The good news, though, it appears that officer who was shot at likely is going to be okay.
They got the gun.
Reporting live in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Corey James, CBS 2 News.
Thanks, Corey James. Thanks. You always do a great job. Yo, bro. We gotta follow up on this story. Now, you guys see, it was a domestic violence call that the cop was responding to, right? And this is why I stress to you kids, to you young men out there, please do not trick yourself out of your whole life, out the whole streets, behind a chick, my nigga. Behind a chick, don't do it. Don't do it, because look what happened. Look what happened. You thought it ended there? No, it ain't in there. Look what happened. Play the clip.
An NYPD officer literally dodged a bullet, surviving a gunshot to the back. His bullet-resistant vest only left him bruised by a shot that did not even draw blood. CBS 2's Dave Carlin reports from Crown Heights, Brooklyn.
A 27-year-old officer shot in the back while on duty Christmas Eve in Brooklyn was out of the hospital Christmas morning.
We'll call this the Christmas miracle.
Now at home on
They're
Long
calling
Island,
it a miracle, y'all.
not reveal their street or town or share the officer's name. He is now a living reminder how crucial it is that all officers wear their bullet-resistant vests. This is the one he wore.
Our officer is struck once in the back, where it penetrates the vest, approximately right here. and does not penetrate the skin.
Police say the officer and his partner responded to a domestic violence call on Bergen Street in Crown Heights. A woman told 911 her adult daughter's boyfriend was on his way, threatening to do bodily harm. Police say that man, who they identify as 20-year-old William Moss, arrived with this pink 9mm handgun, firing twice. Police say the two officers fired 11 shots before Moss surrendered near the scene. He faces attempted murder and other charges. He was placed in this van Friday afternoon for transport from the 77th Precinct Station House to Brooklyn Criminal Court. Department leaders say the story of this officer's survival will repeatedly come up, including during training.
What's going on with that car in the back?
Our
Y'all seen that?
officer put himself in harm's way. An innocent woman is alive tonight.
Sad that it happened. Not the time of the year it should be happening, but glad the officer's doing okay.
That's Marcus Williams, who says he heard the shots and saw the commotion. He and others around here shake their heads. The violence would invade their neighborhood on what is supposed to be a peaceful holiday. In Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
Now, you guys heard that, right? The mother called the cops saying that her daughter's boyfriend is talking about pulling up and booming the spot on some Chef G shit. Like how Chef G was about to pull up and spin the block on his baby mama for not letting him see the kids. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't snitch. This is not her telling. She's sitting there saying to herself, yo, this nigga threatening to shoot the crib up to kill my daughter. I'm going to call the cops. Is you crazy? And this goofy... He didn't think about it for 2 seconds. He didn't think about it. He didn't sit there and say to himself, you know what, I'm bugging. Go and spin the block on shorty. For what? For what? Well, he sat there and said, what? Oh, shorty think I'm scared? You think calling the cops going to change anything? Are you dumb? I'm pulling up. And look what happened. The nigga shot a cop. Are you dumb? What are you doing? Are you shitting me? Why would you... Just look at this other video. Because this is what I'm saying to you kids, bro. Don't let... there's nothing that man could tell me. There is nothing that this nigga could sit me down and make me understand. He can't make me come to an understanding of why he pulled up on the block and shot a cop. What are you doing? He must really wanted to prove to shorty that he don't care. I don't care about nothing. You think you getting out, bro? You think you getting out? Yo, check this clip out. Check this one out.
New information now on an NYPD officer who was shot in the back. The man accused of shooting him has been denied bail and is now offering an apology. Here's CBS 2's Dave Carlin.
Dummy.
Resting and with family on Long Island is 27-year-old NYPD officer Connor Bullock, nursing a painful bruise to his back where a bullet from this gun struck this department-issued vest that saved his life while he was on a domestic violence call in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Christmas Eve.
It penetrates the vest approximately right here and does not penetrate the skin.
A bullet-resistant vest, it's not bulletproof, which means a bullet can still go through it, but we were lucky enough to have the officer's vest stopped this time.
Police say this is the man, 20-year-old William Moss, who fired 2 rounds.
Stupid!
I'm sorry, do you have anything to say? Speak up. Sorry, officer. You sorry?
Yeah, no, that shit never happened.
When Moss went inside Brooklyn Criminal Court for arraignment on attempted murder and assault charges, he was denied bail. Police say Officer Bullock was shot while taking a statement from Moss's estranged girlfriend outside this home on Bergen Street. The girlfriend's mother had frantically called 911 saying she expected the suspect to arrive soon and violently. Friends of the family members who made the initial 911 call on the domestic incident say they are grateful to the officer for shielding a woman they say was the intended target.
If he wasn't there, she would have got hit.
We'll call this the Christmas miracle.
The officer's relatives say when he is called a hero or asked to comment on his impressive survival, he says he was just doing his job. The family calls him humble and says he is not up to being interviewed. NYPD leaders and instructors say this case underscores the importance of vests for all on-duty officers.
The vest is something that the supervisors check daily at roll call. It's very important to make sure that you have both panels in the front and the back, and here's a prime example of that.
As Officer Bullock recovers at home, Moss is due back before a judge Wednesday. in downtown Brooklyn.
Sorry,
Dave Carlin,
officer.
CBS 2 News.
I'm a goofy ass nigga. I don't even know what type of shit I'm on. I'm day room as hell, officer. I'm sorry.
Do you see this, guys? Do you see this? A 20-year-old. He's 20, bro. A 20-year-old decided, yo, I'm going to show this chick. I don't care. Call the cops. Call them. I'm going to boom at the cops. I don't care. That's what he said. He's never getting out of jail, bro. Do you understand? They going to treat him in there. They going to do him dirty. He going to probably die in jail just off of the COs beating his ass every day. Do you understand what? This nigga's dumb, bro. He's half dumb. He is definitely not the sharpest knife in the drawer to pull some type of stunt like this. And then look at him while he's walking. Look at him. Denied bail and everything. Bro, you're in there for life. It's over for you. You shot a cop. You shot a cop. It's over for you. It's over. There's nothing that he has forward to look to. He can't look forward to anything. It's over for him. At the age of 20, he's going to be spending the rest of his life, at least the majority of his life, behind bars because he is going through whatever he was going through with some chick. And he pulled up and shot a cop, bro. And the cop is a hero. He's a hero. He saved a black queen. A black queen from being shot by this nigga with the pink pistol. And what's up with the pink pistol? I'm sure while they was dating each other, she was like, "Oh, it's the pink pistol for me. Can I take a picture with it? Can I do this? Can I do this?" Little did she know that was going to be the same pistol he was going to use to try to boom her whole head away. What's good? Well, there you have it, people. A police officer almost got blasted away. And just when you thought it was done, you must be dumb, because we are in Gotham City and the news never stops. It looks like the police are looking for a gunman in a deadly shooting that took place in Flatbush. Now let's check this one out, and I'll be back with my commentary.
A 62-year-old man is shot and killed in Brooklyn. Now the search is on for the gunman. It happened last night around 7:30 inside a building on East 17th Street in the Flatbush section. Police say the victim, identified as Daniel Romulus, had been shot in the chest and was rushed to Kings County Hospital where he died. No arrests have been made in the case.
That's a very unfortunate situation. He lived this long just to be shot. Did everything he needed to do in life, got this far just to be shot, and that's the way he lost his life? Jesus Christ, it's crazy out here. And it looks like that's not the only news that came out today, because the NYPD are investigating after a man and a woman was shot. Now let's check this one out.
Chaos on the street in Williamsburg early this morning after gunfire erupted on Bedford Avenue. Video shows police searching the scene just before 2 o'clock. Investigators say a man was shot in the arm and a woman was shot in the leg. Both were taken to a local hospital and they are expected to survive.
And like they said, fortunately, they are expected to survive. But come on, bruh. It seems like anybody can get it out here in these New York streets. And that's not a good thing, if you ask me. 16-year-old kids is getting shot. Cops are getting shot. Chicks is out here getting boomed. Everybody can get touched when it comes to Gotham City. No one is safe. But pull up in the comment section and let me know how you feel about this situation. Did you guys go to church on Zoom today? If you did, let me know how it went in the comment section. But if you liked the video, don't forget to share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and make sure you hit that notification button. But I'm off this.
Wasting your time, drinking that wine, smoking that smoke.